Hey everyone, welcome to this live stream on Kahlil Gibran's mystical journey. I have some really fun things I want to share with you about Kahlil Gibran. Just point some cool stuff out. I want to thank you for watching our live stream and also ask you to please subscribe to our channel on YouTube by going to our YouTube channel and subscribing. Subscriptions make us more searchable across the internet. It's very important. Doesn't cost a thing to subscribe to the channel. Also, for those who think they might be able to, I'd like to ask that you consider becoming a member, and you can do that and check out our 5 different membership options by clicking on the join button in the upper right hand corner of the page on YouTube. And our memberships are very helpful, and we're so grateful to our members and for those who can become members and choose to do so, because it helps make it possible for us to continue providing all of our resources, our books, our films, our music, our art, everything we do for free to everyone in the world. And that is really key to our work, because we want to reach people that could not be reached if things were not free. We want to reach those people who are, in the shadows, God's poor. We want them to be able to benefit from everything that we have to offer. And so keeping things free is very essential. For those who may not have heard about it, I had a vision when the founding of the Out of Body Travel Foundation occurred, just before 2003, where I was shown and I was standing amidst a crowd of the prophets, saints, mystics, and sages. And I was instructed that everything would need to be downloadable for free. And I was given specific instructions on the profit markup on anything that is physical, like the paperback books, which we can't offer for free because other people provide a lot of services, so they have to get paid. So it is so important. It was the directive given to me from the very founding of the foundation to keep things for free. And so our memberships really help to make it possible for us to keep things free. So again, click the join button. And for those who don't feel you can become a member, please subscribe. It costs you nothing. It makes such a big difference for us in our searchability on the internet. So I want to say hello to everyone here. We have John, and John says, "Hi, Marilynn, this is a great book." Yes, it is. And I have some fun things I want to talk about it with people here. Adriana is here. Hello, dear Marilynn. Hello, dear beloved Adriana. Anna Yell, back again. Thank you, Marilynn. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you too, Anna Yell. Thank you for being here. Sage, great to see you, Sage. Hello, all, and hello to you, Sage. And Andrew Hughes is there. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And let's dive in to The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. I want to make a point about this because I do have a theme that's running through my live streams today, which is about the highest mystical attainments. So I'm going to read to you a little bit here, starting from when the prophet speaks about death in this book. But I'm leading to something, so bear with me. So, then Almitra spoke, saying, "We would ask now of death." And he said, "You would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like seeds dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king, whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yet is he not more mindful of his trembling? For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is it to cease breathing but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. And now it was evening, and Almitra the seeress said, Blessed be this day and this place and your spirit that has spoken. And he answered, Was it I who spoke? Was I not also a listener? Then he descended the steps of the temple, and all the people followed him. And he reached his ship and stood upon the deck. And facing the people again, he raised his voice and said, O people of Orphalese, the wind bids me leave you. Less hasty am I than the wind, yet I must go. We wanderers, ever seeking the lonelier way, begin no day where we have ended another day. And no sunrise finds us where sunset left us. Even while the earth sleeps, we travel. We are the seeds of the tenacious plant, and it is in our ripeness and our fullness of heart that we are given to the wind and are scattered. Brief were my days among you, and briefer still the words I have spoken. But should my voice fade in your ears and my love vanish in your memory, then I will come again. And with a richer heart and lips more yielding to the Spirit will I speak. Yea, I shall return with the tide, and though death may hide me and the greater silence enfold me, yet again will I seek your understanding. And not in vain will I seek. If aught I have said is truth, that truth shall reveal itself in a clearer voice and in words more kin to your thoughts. I go with the wind, people of Orphalese, but not down into emptiness. And if this day is not a fulfillment of your needs and my love, then let it be a promise till another day. Man's needs change, but not his love, nor his desire that his love should satisfy his needs. Know therefore that from the greater silence I shall return. The mist that drifts away at dawn, leaving but dew in the fields, shall rise and gather into a cloud and then fall down in rain. And not unlike the mist have I been. In the stillness of the night, I have walked in your streets, and my spirit has entered your houses, and your heartbeats were in my heart, and your breath was upon my face, and I knew you all. I knew your joy and your pain, and in your sleep, your dreams were my dreams. Oftentimes I was among you, a lake among the mountains. I mirrored the summits in you and the bending slopes and even the passing flocks of your thoughts and your desires. And to my silence came the laughter of your children in streams and the longing of your youths in rivers. And when they reached my depth, the streams and the rivers ceased not yet to sing. But sweeter still than laughter and greater than longing came to me. It was the boundless in you, the vast man in whom you are all but cells and sinews. He in whose chant all your singing is but a soundless throbbing. It is in the vast man that you are vast, and in beholding him that I beheld you and loved you. For what distances can love reach that are not in that vast sphere? What visions, what expectations, and what presumptions can outsoar that flight? Like a giant oak tree covered with apple blossoms is the vast man in you. His might binds you to the earth. His fragrance lifts you into space, and in his durability, you are deathless. You have been told that even like a chain, you are as weak as your weakest link. This is but half the truth. You are also as strong as your strongest link. To measure you by your smallest deed is to reckon the power of ocean by the frailty of its foam. To judge you by your failures is to cast blame upon the seasons for their inconstancy. Aye, you are like an ocean. And though heavy grounded ships await the tide upon your shores, yet even like an ocean, you cannot hasten your tides. And like the seasons, you are also. And though in the winter you deny your spring, yet spring reposing within you smiles in her drowsiness and is not offended. Think not I say these things in order that you may say the one to the other, he praised us well. He saw but the good in us. I only speak to you in words of that which you yourselves know in thought. And what is word knowledge but a shadow of wordless knowledge? Your thoughts and my words are waves from a sealed memory that keeps records of our yesterdays and of the ancient days when the earth knew not us nor herself, and of nights when earth was upwrought with confusion. Wise men have come to you to give you of their wisdom. I came to take of your wisdom. And behold, I have found that which is greater than wisdom. It is a flame spirit in you, ever gathering more of itself, while you, heedless of its expansion, bewail the withering of your days. It is life in quest of life in bodies that fear the grave. There are no graves here. These mountains and plains are a cradle and a stepping stone. Whenever you pass by the field where you have laid your ancestors, look well thereupon, and you shall see yourselves and your children dancing hand in hand. Others have come to you, to whom for golden promises made unto your faith you have given but riches and power and glory. Less than a promise have I given, and yet more generous have you been to me. You have given me my deeper thirsting after life. Surely there is no greater gift to a man than that which turns all his aims into parching lips and all life into a fountain. And in this lies my honor and my reward, that whenever I come to the fountain to drink, I find the living water itself thirsty. And it drinks me while I drink it. How beautiful is that? But here is what I wanted to share with you. So that is a little bit of the journey of the prophet in Kahlil Gibran's The Prophet. But there is something that is revealed in literally the last paragraphs of this book. And there are other books like this out there, where a book is given to the world but we don't know its source. So let's take a look at the source that he very carefully revealed in the last few paragraphs of his book. Farewell to you and the youth I have spent with you. It was but yesterday we met in a dream. You have sung to me in my aloneness, and I of your longings have built a tower in the sky. But now our sleep has fled, our dream is over, and it is no longer dawn. The noontide is upon us, and our half waking has turned to fuller day, and we must part. If in the twilight of memory we should meet once more, we shall speak again together, and you shall sing to me a deeper song. And if our hands should meet in another dream, we shall build another tower in the sky. What's this telling us, guys? The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran was a mystical experience given to him. And he reveals it only in the last words of the book. It's presented as just a work of fiction, but it was not. Reminds me a little bit of works like The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, which are considered just a work of fiction. But those of us who are mystics know that that type of insight was most likely received in dreams and visions of the night. And we see this in other works. We know that Albert Einstein talked about how he received the theory of relativity in a dream, but he spoke a lot about mysticism. He was very interested in mysticism. It was, I would guess, a second passion to science for him, because he had realized that a lot of the great scientific discoveries, just like a lot of the great books, a lot of the great pieces of art, a lot of the great works of music are coming to us from the above to the below. They come to us through these dreams and visions of the night. They're not always revealed as having come in this way. And there may be artists and scientists who may be unaware of where it came from. But we have enough of them to know that there are many who are aware where it came from. Kahlil Gibran among them. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I thought that was fascinating. We are going to be back in just a few moments with another live stream. The next one will be discovering some of the hidden words of Pensacea. We will be talking about the Hall of Records according to Pensacea's visionary experience. And I hope you will all join us in the next live stream. Again, please subscribe to our channel. It makes us more searchable on YouTube and across the internet. Also, if you feel that you are able, please consider becoming a member. Click the join button on the upper right-hand side of the page, and you will see 5 different membership options. Membership makes it possible for us to keep our resources free to everyone in every nook and cranny of the world, and this is very important. And I wanted to acknowledge here, Nicole Berkeley says hello. Hello to you, Nicole. Please join us in the next live stream. We will be having a Q&A also later. So we will see you in just a few moments. Thank you for joining me.